Hey, what's brappin', my fellow Nitro heads? Recently, I've been hearing about lots of people having issues with runaways. So, I'm gonna show you guys what to do to prevent or minimize or stop runaways completely altogether. So, over the years, I've had about 6 or 7 runaways, and this right here is the culprit. So, when people buy the cheaper ready to runs, they come with this right here. This, believe it or not, is like, I'm gonna say 40% of what could cause you to have a runaway. So, what the issue is people can run whatever the hell AA batteries they feel like it. If you don't run a good AA battery, or just something ghetto or garbage, they're gonna cause you issues. Another thing that can cause you issues is these contact points right here. For whatever reason, they like to rust or corrode. See that right there? This one's starting to rust. If you leave your batteries in here, these are done. The more and more you take batteries out, the holders themselves like to wear. That can cause your batteries to fall out, and if your batteries fall out or you have a loss of signal, goodbye car. So, like, one of the things to do back in the day is wrap this around with electrical tape. That helps a bit, but it still can cause a runaway. And it causes way too many variables for a runaway. So, toss these out, and I recommend you get a receiver pack. There's nickel metal 6-volt packs. There's 6.6 volt life packs, or you can get like 7.4 volt lipo packs. Why don't I run lipo packs? Well, I'm not a battery guy, I'm not an electric guy. Because to me, nitro and gas are where it's at. No dealing with stupid lipos that are unstable and catch fires. Just glow and go. So what I'd recommend you get is one of these two. The higher the milliamps, the better. So this is a 1600. That's all right. This is a 1900. This is probably my longest lasting battery. The lives are more, they're safer than the nickel metal. They last longer. These are the shit. These are where it's at. Next thing, switches. These are the next thing to go bad in a nitro RC vehicle. So what I recommend is a switch delete. And I'll show you how you can delete your switch free. Cut this end off, this end off, splice the two wires together, so that way you have each end going from your receiver to your battery pack. I did that to my low C a long time ago. So that's the switch over here. I cut the connectors off, spliced them together. Now I have a connector going from my receiver pack straight to my battery. So here's my setup I have on my low C. So I got the battery. There's a slot right here that the connector can stick out of. So all I do, plug these together, turn remote on. There's those unreliable sav boxes. That's on a low battery. These things are 4 years old. Still rocking. So I also wanted to touch on glitch busters real quick. There's all kinds of people on forums. I don't know about anywhere else, but mostly forums. I've been seeing this more and more. People have way too much faith in glitch busters. Now let me tell you, all glitch busters do is they give and store energy. That's it. That's all these things do. People go on about how these prevent runaways and all kinds of BS. Really, all you need these things for, or what they're adequate for, is if you're running a high voltage servo with a 6-volt battery pack. It just gives you that little bit of edge. Because what I've found is if you're running a power-hungry high-voltage servo with a regular 6-volt battery, the servo may twitch. So this prevents that. That's pretty much all these are used for. If yours don't, then you don't really need. I'm also going to talk a little bit about failsafes. This is what we used to use a while back. But we don't really need to buy failsafes separately because 9 out of 10 receivers nowadays come with a failsafe built into the receiver. But what people think, no matter what, if the failsafe kicks on, your car is safe. That's not always true. All failsafes help with is if you go out of range or power is lost from your transmitter. If power in your car itself dies, how is it going to have enough power to lock up the brakes? It's not going to do it. There's no power. How are the servos going to move if they don't have power? So there's these people thinking, oh, fail-safes, they'll save my vehicle no matter what. No, not true. Not always true. And I know there's some people that are scared to plug their battery right into the receiver. It doesn't hurt it. It doesn't do anything. I've never, ever had to replace a receiver. Ever.